At least 23 deaths after suicide bomb blast at educational center in Kabul. Taliban fighters stand guard as people searching for relatives outside the hospital in Kabul on September 30, following a blast at their learning center in the Afghan capital. Kabul, Afghanistan CNN. A suicide bomb attack on an education center in Kabul has killed at least 23 people, most of whom are believed to be young women. In the latest sign of the deteriorating security situation in the Afghan capital, the explosion took place on Friday at the Kaaz Education Center in the predominantly Hazara neighborhood in ethnic minority group that has long faced oppression. Students were taking a practice university entrance exam at 7:30 a.m. local time, 11 p.m. When the blast first took place, Kabul police spokesman Khalid Jadran told CNN. Abu Abdu Gayas Momand, a doctor from Ali Jinnah Hospital, where some of the victims have been taken, said 23 people have been killed and 36 more injured. There has seen, there have been no claim of responsibility for the attack. Taiba Mehtarki, eyewitnesses told CNN many of the casualties were young women. She had gone to the center to look for her friend after she heard the news of the attack and was confronted with scenes of chaos and despair. She said, I saw parents, other members of families of the Kaaz students screaming and running up and down, she said. Some were trying to get emergency medical attention to their loved ones, and some others were looking for their sons and daughters. I saw around 20 killed and many more wounded with my own eyes. Mao Taraki's friend survived the attack as she was running late and hadn't reached the classroom when the blast occurred, she said. Another eyewitness, a 20-year-old who did not want to be named for security reasons, told CNN she was about 20 steps from the gate when the explosion threw her to the ground. When I got inside, I saw many of my classmates in blood. I found out that the explosion had happened inside my classroom, she said through tears. I was in a state of shock. I was just screaming my friends' names and searching for them. I found some of them alive, but not my closest friend who was 19 and the most intelligent girl in our class, she said. Her classroom is the largest in the center and normally fits about 500 male and female students, she said. It's horrible. I'm still in shock. It feels like a nightmare. It killed many of my dearest friends and classmates. I want the world not to treat this as another news piece. I want the world to know the pain we are going through right now. I'm totally devastated, she said. The woman arrived on the motorcycle to searching for a relative at the hospital in Kabul after blast at the education center in the Afghan capital on September 30. Taliban spokesman Sabi Sabiullah Mujahid condemned the attack in a tweet Friday. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan calls the attack of Kaz training center in the 13th district of Kabul a big crime, strongly condemns it, and expresses deepest sympathy to the families of victims of this incident. Serious measures will be taken to find and punish the perpetrators, he added. UNICEF said it was appalled by the horrific attack in the tweet Friday. This heinous act claims the lives of dozens of adolescent girls and boys and severely injured many more, it said violence in or around this education establishment is never acceptable. Such places must be havens of peace where children can learn, be with friends, and feel safe as they build skills for their futures. The United States said it strongly condemned the attack in a statement on Twitter, targeting a room full of students taking exams is shameful, or students should be able to pursue an education in peace and without fear. The charge the appearance of the U.S. mission to Afghanistan wrote. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif condemned the attack, tweeting, deeply grieved at the loss of young lives in a horrific suicide attack at the learning center in Kabul. Words can't express this sincere barbarism. We send our deepest condolences and most sincere sympathies to the bereaved families and the people of Afghanistan. The UN Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Afghanistan, Richard Bennett, also denounced the bombing. I condemn today's horrific attack on students in Kaaz Academy. Bennett tweeted with the hashtag students no target on slot on education for Hazaras and the Shia must end. Stop attacks on Afghanistan's future. Stop in crimes. Bennett said the center had been crammed with students full of hope for the brighter future. Afghanistan's future depends on stopping international crimes, holding perpetrators to account, and educating youth, he added. Since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan in August 2021, there have been multiple attacks against the Hazara community. The Islamic State of Khorasan province has claimed the responsibility for 13 attacks against the Hazaras and has been linked to three more that have been killed and injured at least 700 people, according to Human Rights Watch. Taliban authorities have done little to protect these communities from suicide bombings and other unlawful attacks, or to provide necessary medical care and other assistance to victims and their families, the report added. The string of attacks in Kabul have claimed dozens of lives in recent weeks. Earlier this month, two Russian embassy employees were among six people killed in a suicide blast near the Russian embassy, and in August, an explosion at the mosque during evening prayers killed 21 people and injured 33 more. This is breaking news story. More to come.